Oh, there it is. Okay. We only have sound when I have the properties windows open. Default. Let's pick USB audio codec. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, I fixed it. Oh my gosh, which one is on now? Okay. Okay. Well, welcome to Wednesday, where I swear I tested the sound and I saw my meter going. It's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Dank RC's Wednesday workshop, where the first thing I have to do is clean my glasses and wipe my nose because of my allergies. What's happening out there? Well, I don't have any idea because I'm so flustered from the sound situation. Do I have any notes? No, I don't have any notes. What I have is what's the analytics over here? Oh, nothing. 0. Okay, that's okay. We're all good. So we're going to do the glasses. We are going to get out the plane that I built, a whole plane, not on a live stream, but just sitting around. Finally finished one of the many projects that I had cut out. So that's part of the news for today. When I say news, I usually mean like news for this workshop, not like news out in the FPV world. Although I do throw some of that in if I have something to say about that. I thought I cleaned up this desk too before we started. Okay, so what are we going to do today? Well, first we're going to talk about the news of this workshop, which is, here is, I built another flight test plane. This is a simple stick. Of course, I didn't do it exactly like the flight test design, just because I usually modify it for something that I like to change for whatever reason, just from previous experience, or in this case, from someone else's experience. I don't even know. Did I work on this at the end of the last live stream at all? Did I? I don't know, but it's completely done. It doesn't have a prop. The props are in my car, in my van. But I like the way it turned out. So what were the modifications? The modifications were I extended this distance here. This dimension is basically the modification to the airframe. So I made this about, I can't remember now, 30 millimeters, 30 to 50 millimeters, maybe even 80 millimeters. I made it a distance longer. And the reason is not because of my own experience, but because of Kevin's experience and his difficulty attaining CG, not difficulty, just having to deal with CG issues. Let's put it that way. So I did that, and I put in a kind of very cheapy, I put in a wood. I don't do the power pod thing. That's the other thing I don't do. But the cutout is still there for the power pod, like when you cut out the doubler piece here and here. So anyway, there's a space for the power pod. That's where the battery goes. Why put a power pod in there? You don't need a power pod. Anyway, I don't like the power pod concept. I don't do that concept. But what I do is, whoops, bang. Don't bang it against the ceiling, low ceiling in here. I did put a wood piece in here, just a little thin piece of 3 millimeter plywood, hobby plywood, and some Velcro for the battery. And this little wall, which you can't see, and there's not enough room for me to tilt the plane. Maybe this way. Yeah, there we go. This piece right there. That is to keep the battery from going into the long shaft that the Sunny Sky motor has, which is a 2216 1100 kV. So we're not getting that light in there, are we? I don't know about this camera. I can't see how it's framed very well. I'll say back away from it. Okay. So I also designed several 3D printed parts for this. Oh, the other modification is that I don't do the flight test way is the servos for the rear. I just don't like that whole long, I just don't like it, the long flexible push rod. I don't like that, and putting the servos there and gluing them to the side wall and blah, blah, blah. I just hate that whole thing. I don't do it that way. So the servos are here. The other servo is there. So, and then I did 3D print my own control horns, of course. This is not from a kit. I cut my own foam, of course. So that's one thing. I built a whole plane since, I think, basically since the last, between live streams, let's put it that way. It has just a sunny, free FR Sky receiver, an X6 something, X6R, RX6R something. Has a 40 amp Skywalker, Hobby Wing Skywalker ESC. Has no flight controller, no stabilizer, no nothing. The other 3D printed parts are the parts that I made for the landing gear to hold my own landing gear that I just had sitting in the drawer somewhere. So I hope I didn't steal this landing gear for my FT Explorer landing gear project, but I hope not. I think I have other landing gear for that. Anyway, so it consists of 3 3D printed parts. And I think I did that's what I did on the last live stream, isn't it? Is use the brass threaded inserts, right? Gosh, I should have reviewed what I did. Anyway, so there's an engine mount, motor mount, and 3 pieces, 1 on the inside and 2 on the outside that consist of the landing gear mount. And I hope it's enough. It's a big beefy piece, as you can see there. It's kind of ginormous. It's no problem hitting CG. I do have a 1/2 ounce of balance weight underneath this wood piece at the very front. 1/2 ounce, what is that? Like 14 or so, 14 grams or so. Okay. I think I might have turned my microphone up and now it's hot. It's too hot. I'm gonna take a look. I like it. It hasn't flown yet, but at least here you can see it's on film before I crash it. I just stuck the antennas out the bottom. The receiver isn't even glued in or anything. Oh, the other 3D printed part. That's right, I forgot. Is the inside the wing area here. I call it the wing saddle. So it goes all the way back. And that's what's holding these M3 screws. There's one in the front and there's one in the back. And I'm actually going with rubber bands like the flight test people do. Usually I make sort of a saddle mount that is different than this, that doesn't use rubber bands to hold the wing on. I screw the wings to the 3D printed mount and then use barbecue skewers to hold the 3D printed mount on. Now that I have these threaded inserts, that's going to change all my designs for wing mounts. But for this plane, I thought I would try the rubber bands. So that's the news for that. I've probably taken way too much time on this particular plane. It's not iNav. It's not anything except a bare bones kind of plane. The other project that I've been working on off stream, here, I'm going to turn this down just, no, I'm not going to turn it down. Maybe I turned it down too much. Ooh, I don't know. nobody's in the audience, so I get no feedback out there of what we're doing. So that's okay. But we're still here. It's Wednesday. I've done my usual marketing for this stream, which is 0. One of these days. It's the private stream for me and sometimes 1 or 2 other people. Sean Moore, I think, sometimes joins. And Kevin does. And Robert, of course. Okay, so what do I have here? These, I have started printing the Rifter 2. And the Rifter 2 was a plane that I found on Oliver C's channel. And Oliver C is a French person, or at least a French-speaking person. And his videos are in French. And so that means that I have no understanding of very little understanding of anything he says. Sometimes he does do subtitles in English, or at least, I should say he often does that. But not all the time. So this is my first adventure into printing a plane. The Rifter 2 is a forward swept wing, and we can kind of look, you can see the wings. It's not that forward swept, maybe 3 or 4 degrees. We could put it on this camera, maybe. We could put it over here. So what I have here is this, it comes with a spreadsheet. It comes with Cura profiles. It's free. So that's why I thought I would try, as my first 3D printed plane adventure was a free one. Let's see if we can get number. Oh, and my thumb is almost worthless to press the buttons over here to switch the camera because, whoa. Okay, hold on. Why is it? What's going on over here? Why I feel like the camera is not even pointed at me. Doesn't matter. Because I'm the star. Okay. Yeah, I'm a lunatic. All right, so what it has, so far I've printed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I've fuselage 4 and 5. Yeah. I've printed 6 pieces. 8 pieces because I printed 2 of 10 pieces. Ooh, maybe 10 pieces. So I printed parts of the fuselage. So this is, the fuselage is going to be like this, basically. Maybe that's upside down. Make sure you get this right when you put this together. Mate, you. So I'm not, that's not today's project. This is just the news portion of the show. Oh, and here's the front part of the fuselage. So the fuselage is like in 3 pieces, like that. And then there's actually a nose piece too. There's a few other extra pieces that I haven't gotten to yet for the fuselage. So this is in, but what I'm doing is printing them by profile type. So there's a profile, a thin profile, and that's what I've been printing. So these are basically single wall pieces. I've never done that before in my life. I printed a piece that's just single wall. It's crazy. And my printer is less than perfect. I'll show you some close-ups of some areas that have totally not passed muster. Will I try to reprint this piece? I don't know. I think I'm going to just try to fly it like this because it's going to get blasted and it's going to crash into a billion pieces anyway, right? And look at this one. There's some thinning right along there. It's just, yeah. So my printer, you know, the profile I probably should have upped the flow some after I just first discovered this was happening. So then, okay. So anyway, I don't know what to glue it together with, but CA, and I don't have all my good hobby grade CA I had seems to have solidified into solid pieces. And this is still liquid. I don't know how long ago I got it, but it's still liquid. And it's like it's like the kind of stuff you'd get at Walmart or something, not at a hobby store. But I might try that. So all these edges that were down on the glass, I have to sand a little bit. Anyway, it does kind of go together. You can see what it will look like. Let me go to this camera. I was going to say something about my thumb. So you can see how it will go. It goes like that, and then this piece goes over here. And I've got the wing tips, which are back. Oh, I think that's the, yep, that's probably that wing. And then the other wing over here. I don't think it would go. Would it go the other way? No, this way. Then I have the up in front here. It goes up in front. It looks pretty badass. I think I screwed up with the canopy. The canopy is really hard to print. And you can see the support material here. It's just this piece. This is down on the glass, and then it did a brim under around this part. So this piece is just a mess. And then the underside of it. Look at that. Talk about thin one layer screw-ups. And the reason for this is because this and all the other mistakes I think in this thing is the bridging mode. I think I have to deal with that. And it was weird that I just had seen a video on Cura tricks, and that was one of the tricks, and I lost it. Can't find that video. Anyway, the canopy is kind of cool, and you can see how it will go, like that, on into there. So yeah, it's a cool looking plane. You know, it's a cool looking plane, and of course it's going to have the vertical stabilizers coming out of here. Anyway, okay, so that's that bit of news. I think that's all the news. I built a plane, and I'm printing another plane. Look at that. Maybe we'll do this on stream or something. In fact, what I was thinking of doing was going through the process of pulling up another part. So what I've done is, I'll just put it on here, like this. Oh, here, let me see if I can do this. There we go. That's a little obtuse, but there we go. We can switcheroo there. So I had this spreadsheet. The spreadsheet that came with the that's part of a file, one of the files that is in the download for this Rifter 2. The Rifter 2's download is somewhere on RC groups. Just I guess Google Rifter 2 RC groups 3D printed plane or something. I don't know. The only way I found it was Oliver C's video. And again, he speaks in French, and he does the whole construction video in French. So I didn't. Anyway, I haven't watched that and tried to like cipher it out yet. But anyway, so these different colors here are the different Cura profiles that you're going to use. And the Cura profiles are the thin profile, which only has one wall and 3 top and bottom layers. And then it has a medium profile that I printed. One of these pieces is a medium profile. Which one? So the wing left and wing right. I think it's these. These 2 pieces are in medium profile. And they still were very, there's no, the construction of this part right here is insane. Like there's no, it could have been internally designed better, like in the Fusion model. I'm assuming, well, maybe they didn't do it in Fusion, wherever they did it. in the 3D modeling software, the way they did the internals of this, and if it was Oliver C., that's fine. I mean, I think he's awesome, but there's a few places, and so it ended up, my printer just can't do the bridging that way, and I think I have to fix the bridging mode, because it could have gone straight across and it would have been better. But anyway, that's screwed up, but I don't think it's going to matter. There's another piece that sits inside of here to hold the servos. Okay, so where was I? Yeah, so it's very interesting. 3D printing a 3D printed plane. I mean, people organize it. It's very well organized, this free one. Like I said, it comes with the Cura profiles. And there was a glitch with the Cura profiles. I couldn't import the Cura profiles, so I ended up going on a journey. If you're into 3D printing, this might be of interest to you. I went on a journey to... It's not of interest to anybody because there's nobody watching today. As usual, because I don't market this thing. Doesn't matter. Peace be with you all out there whenever you come to find this video in the future. So, what was I going to say? Crap. I lost my train of thought now. Anyway, I like the adventure of printing this, and it's a learning experience. The Cura profiles, that's what I was talking about. So the journey I had to go on was to the Cura profile file, the .cura profile, literally .cura profile, all one word. That's the file extension for Cura profiles. And what it is basically a zip file with some text files in it that have configuration data, if that makes sense. So you can't just open it in a text editor. What you have to do is unzip it and change the file, because the file had something called the super profile. Anyway, for some reason, the way my printers are set up in Cura, I could only put the word draft in this one configuration place where there was the word super. So I had to go into the Cura profiles, and that's what I have to do. I haven't done it for all of them. I've only done it for the A and B profiles. There's also a heavy profile C and a solid profile D. There's a couple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These little plates and locks and hinge things and stuff are... Oh, the hinges are TPU. So I don't have my TPU printer ready yet, because that's a project that I want to do, is put the Hemera hot end on my ANET, and that's going to be the TPU printer. I was going to do that on Livestream, but I'm afraid to. And also, the cross-link video to that for that project is gone. He made it private. I don't understand what happened there, but anyway, okay. So what was I saying? So Cura profile, you have to go in and fix, in my case, I had to go in and fix the Cura profiles to put the word, replace the word super with the word draft. Because my draft, for some reason, because even it doesn't, I don't want to go into it any further. The other thing I did is slow it down. Because my printer, I am barely 3D printing. I am not like a high-end 3D printer dude, as you can imagine. I built my 3D printers, they're ANETs. So that means that I had to before I even turned it on, I had to not even use half the parts that came with it. Not half, but basically like all the wiring that goes for the hot end and the well, not the hot end, I use that wiring. The wiring that goes for the heated bed, that all has to be replaced. And I put in MOSFETs for both of my ANET printers, dual MOSFETs for the hot end and the heated bed. That way the ANET board is not pumping any power, because I don't go on the internet and search ANET house fire, ANET A8 house fire. Yeah, that's not going to happen to me. So I took my printers out of the box and never built them per their way they came. As you're going to tell by the way I do everything, I don't build a flight test plane the way it's designed either. So that's just me. What I do is enhance, embrace, and enhance. Embrace and enhance. That's my motto. So, there we go. So, you have to fix secure profiles in my case. I slowed it down because my printer sucks so bad. One of these days I'll build a nice Core XY and maybe I'll be able to do these people that printed these at outrageous speeds. That's never going to be me. Never going to be me. Okay, so shall we get to the actual project for today? The actual project for today. Oh yeah, I better get it. It's over here. So, I should have dusted this off even. This bag has been over there against the wall. Oh my God, and there literally is dust bunnies all over it. It's been over there against the wall, and I don't even think I've moved it to vacuum behind it in quite some time. And what is in this bag? Well, I'm going to sneeze because there's so much dust coming out of it. I crashed my AR wing quite some time ago. So I thought what we would be doing on this next few live streams is we're going to just dump all this out. There we go. We'll get rid of this bag for now. Put it back in the dusty corner in which it came. Because I'm going to have to get a different container. Okay, what's all this? Oh, these are golf tees. Somebody gave me some golf tees somewhere. So somehow that got in this bag. That is crazy. I don't even golf anymore. So I golfed when I was like a kid. A little kid. But anyway, maybe you can use them for another project. They're got to go away though for now. Okay, we'll put those over there. So what we have here, and I'll switch views for just 1 second, is just a bunch of bits of my crashed AR Wing Pro. So what do we got? We've got a motor. That's the back end. We've got... This looks like the front. Okay, so this is where the session was. I'm going to try to find that video. Here's the hatch. The hatch is pretty much unscathed. So we'll set that aside. The, what is this? This is one of the side panel doors. It seems to be perfectly fine, but it is dislodged from its actual place. This is the front. So what we'll do is separate. Oh dear. These all must be bits of the front. So over here, I guess we'll have to switch back to this. Over here we have the front hatch, which had the GPS on it. Or this is the back hatch. So the flight controller is still inside. So that's one of the first things I think we'll do is we'll just... didn't I have some kind of mount for the flight controller? I guess not. So the receiver is still here and completely intact. So the R9 is here completely intact. The flight controller is here completely intact. So what I thought I would do, oh my God. So here's the other side. So the, everything is completely intact, really. It's just blasted apart into like, if you look at the if you look at the connectors, they're all here. Everything's here. There's the VTX. Focus. You might be asking yourself, what the heck happened to this plane? Well, I crashed it. It just crashed out of nowhere. I should have gotten the video ready. So let's do this. Let's scooch all this over under the camera. So what I did is I bought some of this foam tack here. And that's what I'm going to try to do. I've never done this before with foam tack. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take, I know you're going to laugh at this part. If you were out there watching, you would be laughing. But we're going to take a baby wipe and see how much of this dirt we can get off of here. And look, there's a piece of something stuck in here. What is that? I think it's a piece of wood from another part of the plane. So I'm going to just try to get as much of the mud off with a baby wipe. It's kind of harmless as far as what it does to the actual material. There's a bunch of grass stuck in there. So we'll just kind of get it cleaned up a little bit. I'm going to take all this tape that held the GoPro mount on. So I think the first thing we should do is try gluing some of these pieces together, like this piece right here. See? It's just going to go right together. So I'm going to start like that. But the very first thing I should do is see if I can take the wing off. There's anything out on the wing besides the servo? No. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift up the tape that I covered this with. As much as I can. So what happened with this is that literally I was just flying it. We were flying around at the park, and that's it. That's the whole story. We were flying the pattern, what we call the pattern, and that was it. We were flying the pattern. Yeah, I used my own bolts instead of the one that was supplied with the AR Wing Pro. Now this should come apart. There we go. So now I've got the wing separated. And the wing itself, I'm going to show you on this camera, did suffer some structural damage right across here where the spar goes through. The spar doubler. It's like a foam fracture. So, and it's kind of like fractured all the way through here. So I'm probably going to have to get some glue inside of this fracture line here. It looks like it'll be pretty easy to glue on the winglet. It was a pretty relatively clean break. And if I take the winglet, I got to be careful not to run into my... Oh, there's dust bunnies stuck to it. See if I stick that on. That's going to fit pretty good. So my goal here is to actually try to save this plane. As crazy as that sounds. I have another AR Wing Pro. The spar here is obviously broken. Here. So I'm probably going to have to do away with that and get my own replacement spar. So we'll get that out. Oh, it had that in it to keep it. It had a little plasticky. I should have pulled it out the other way, but that doesn't matter. We're going to use our own spar, and it won't have this little plasticky ring on there anyway. So we're going to have to do some modifications. But I think it can be saved, as crazy as that sounds. And I think it can be saved without tearing out most of the electronics. So we can take the ESC off. It has a, I did make it so I could replace the ESC. So that's good. So we got the ESC out. Here, this is what we're going to do. We've already got piles of mud everywhere, so let's get things organized. Let's get all these bits separated from the big bits. There's the 3D printed mount. This is trash. Wing bolt. Here's even the battery strap and battery. This is the little GPS cover. Oh, that's even perfectly fine. Little GPS cover. So everything is here, I'm pretty sure. Every piece. Even this wood bit from another piece that got. Here, let's take a screwdriver and get this mud off of this. This, I don't even know what this is, but it'll help me figure out what shape to make whatever it used to be. We'll figure it out. Okay. Just get most of the dirt off of there. So what I want to do is just sweep all this away. And then go for another round of cleaning. We'll just clean all the pieces so that we make sure that the glue is going to stick. It really didn't. I think we should oh, I bet you that's part of the motor mount. So we're going to remove the motor completely. And we're going to have to build a new motor mount. So let's do that. I already had my own motor mount in there. We may redo that with our own inserts, our threaded inserts that we now have. We'll get the X mount off. So I use just short little screws. Oh my gosh, I gotta get this so you guys can see what I'm doing. Focus. Hey, it's Andy. What's up? To the FRIA update from Flight Test today. No. And Robert's here too. So yeah, I know, the dank edition. Isn't it beautiful? No, what's the update? Are we going to apply for our own FRIA? I'm a community Flight Test community member, so I'm AMA and Flight Test. Okay, so this has a problem because the bolt's just spinning. Okay, so let's get a screwdriver and get this part off. Yep, so this AR Wing Pro did see better days, but I think the goal is to fix it. That's our goal. We're going to fix it. Even though I have another one. So taking this screw out, and then all we have to do is fish these damn wires through here. So there is that silly, so what I did was I had 3D printed my own mount, which you can see is utterly destroyed. It broke right there. And that this mount thing is stupid. So I may just cut these off and try to make a flat surface. and do a new mount here with the threaded inserts, the hot melt inserts, or whatever they're called. But that won't stop us from gluing the whole thing back together. We can glue it all back together and leave that. I probably haven't had anything under the camera in like 5 minutes. Okay. Apparently, the FAA doesn't think everyone should have a free in their backyard. I am shocked. I'm shocked that the FAA has that attitude. I'm shocked. Can't believe it. I figured the FAA would just want us flying around. That's why they made the rate. No, I'm joking, of course. Okay, so what do we have on here? We had a Sunny Sky 2216 1250 kV, the classic motor, the classic. Okay, so do you guys have any tips on using foam tack? Because that's what we're going to do. We're going to figure out the best approach. Best approach. Oh yeah, we were cleaning. So we're using the baby wipes to clean. That piece is cleaned. This piece is cleaned. I think it's basically clean. I think we should start with this piece right here. AMA won't, well, AMA will stop almost every FRIA that tries to be proposed because they don't make any money off of it. So that's what you think, Robert? Really? I mean, the AMA. We're AMA members because we have to have AMA membership to fly at our flying club, which is like, what's your point? What's your point again? Sorry, but there's a bunch of dirt down here, so I don't keep walking in it. Okay, so it's time to do some foam tacking because I want more of a plane to put together. So I want to foam tack this. And I'm guessing that I can just squirt glue in there. How are we going to, and then stick it together and use some masking tape to hold it, right? Use Gorilla Glue or Yoo-Hoo Pour. Don't use foam tack. Oh no! Well, then that's going to ruin my plan. I don't have any Yoo-Hoo Pour. Is that clear or is that going to be all yellowy? That's why I wanted to use foam tack. I thought it would be clear. Okay. Hi there, guys. All right, well, I don't know. I guess I should have researched it more. I mean, I bought foam tack specifically to do this. Look at how many places is busted. As I look at it, I'm starting to second guess myself. It's busted right through. Oh man. It's busted all the way through there. Even through the wood. The wood that's right around this piece here is all busted in half. It's busted in this corner and it's busted in that corner, and then the fracture keeps going through. Look at this piece is all, it's all, maybe I can't save it. I don't know, maybe I can save the wings and not the center part. Okay, let's look at the other wing. Let's look at what we got here. Let's take apart the other wing. Gorilla Glue has contact cement that works, has a contact cement that works amazing. So like, is it like E6000? The reason I wasn't thinking of contact cement is because of the surface. It's not like, it's like, so bumpy. And that, I don't know, I just couldn't conceive of getting it in all those places, and it, I don't know. We'll see, we'll see. I don't even know if I can glue this together. But what's wrong with foam tack? Tell me what's wrong with that. And then let's, while I try to get this piece of tape without ruining the whole bottom of this thing. I say ruining the whole bottom. Look at this plane. It's obliterated to pieces. Tape covering the hole where the screw mount is here. And we should just be able to separate this. Oh, I have more. No? There we go. So maybe I can just reuse the wings. Now this I will use. This I could use E6000 for. This is what I think I originally used E6000. Oh no, wait a minute. Oh my gosh, yeah. These pieces separated from the factory glue. So I did use E6000, and the E6000 held way better than the factory glue because it broke at the factory glue. So I'll use E6000 on this. We'll fix this wing. We'll test the servos. And then I guess we have to exercise the rest of the stuff out of this fuselage. So my plan isn't going to work. But everything's still good in this. All the electronics are still good. So we'll just get everything unplugged. There's the flight controller. We'll plug this into the computer and make sure that it works. This should all be, the receiver is going to be the hardest part. No, it won't. I'll just use alcohol. Okay, so let's use some alcohol and get this antenna out. I'm sure I just did that with hot glue. So what are we, oh my gosh, the chat, you guys are chatting. Let's see. I like foam tacks for fixing EPO. I tried the clear Gorilla Glue and didn't like it for foam. That's past foam tack capabilities. This is past foam tack capabilities. This this is this part right here. Okay, so we've decided we're going to keep the wings. I think we're going to keep the wings. We're going to make sure that the wings are okay. We'll check the servos. There are some stress cracks here. And it's stress cracked exactly the same in both places. Interesting. So we'll deal with that. And we'll exercise all the electronics out of here. And out of here. So what we'll start with is the receiver here, and we'll switch to this, and then I'm gonna read the chat, read what you guys are saying. So Andy's on my side with the E6, or with, well, you like E6000, that's good. Yes, E6000 is excellent. I like it too. Like I said, look at what it did here. Look. It held better than the factory glue. The factory glue is what failed on this winglet. So E6000 for that. Do we have E6000? I know we do. Let us go to the glue drawer and get, oh shit, I just dropped something. The E6000, we have E6000. I'm going to have to order some Yoo-Hoo Pour. I've never seen it for sale retail. So, we're going to get some alcohol, and we're going to put some drops in there. Let's see if we can get this light off. Oh, very easy. Okay, then we're going to put, oh, let's switch cameras. We're going to put a drop, so I just took this light off here with the alcohol. We'll put some drops in here. This one might not be so easy. Let's see if we can get this out of here. Let's put some in this way too. The good thing about this alcohol is it's pretty thin. Oh yeah, look at that. Came right out. Okay, now that can go through here, hopefully. Oh dear. I must have gone the other way with it. Okay, so let's get this off. Yeah, so since I don't have Yoo-Hoo pour, and since we've kind of agreed that the structural capabilities of me, I'm still going to keep all these foam pieces and try to reconstruct this thing. But since I have another fuselage, why not use it, right? Okay, so now we have to take apart this part here. Get some more light on that. There we go. Maybe a little bit more light. We got to get the cutters. Let's get the zip tie off. Okay, so now we can get the GPS out. GPS out of there. Oh dear, I must have done it the other way. No worries. So this piece is still perfectly fine. One piece survived. We can reuse that. Actually, I could have left the GPS in there, couldn't I have? Yep. Okay, so this I often do this. I use glue as a little wire hold down. So we'll have to get that out of there. There we go. Look at this. That was glued to that little part. This was the little inlet to the one of the back or outlet to one of the back vents on the side. This plane is so cool looking. It's too bad it suffered such... Oh yeah, just like that. That's how it was. Oh, we're out of alcohol. What do we got? What do we got going on here? You have nothing to lose by trying to put it back. Yeah, exactly. I have nothing to lose. That's why I got to keep it. I got to keep all these pieces. But I should probably practice some foam gluing techniques. Not on a live stream. I should probably practice it. Okay, can we get this out through here? Let's see. Let's see what we got going on here. I'm trying to get this receiver out without breaking this, because we are going to keep this. Yes, we can. We're going to get a pair of pliers. Help me grab that, like that. And then we're going to gently get all this stuff pulled through here. There we go. So what do we have left? The wiring that came within the fuselage wiring harness. That's all that's left here. What do I have, right? Oh yeah, this is the thing I complained about, because it's only got 3 connectors and you always need at least 4, but I guess you could join the grounds. Okay, so we'll save this piece. I'm going to have to get like a box. Let's see if I have an extra spare. Oh my God, I think even though I bought a whole bunch of those things, they're all gone. So we're going to put them back in the green bag with the dust bunnies. Put them back in we'll put all the spare parts that we got. So we got this. The hatches we'll keep. And we have this, and this, and this, and this, and that. Okay, seems like I just, oh, and this piece. Poor plane. Okay. Now we have to exercise the VTX. Extract the VTX. So, boy, I did a whole bunch of things here. I've got a light glued on top of the VTX. So let's first put just a little bit of alcohol on there and get rid of that. And then I've got, oh, that other light must have been from some other place. It must have been one of the front-facing lights. Oh, no. This is the front-facing light. Front-facing light doesn't want to come off. Come on. Oh, this one is glued in good. There we go. Okay, so, you know me, I love my lights. Love to put lights on my planes. So let's see, how do we, all these wires are like pushed into the cracks too. Oh, there's another one glued in here. I had a light inside to light up the inner cavity. Well, that comes out pretty easily, that one. We just had a whole pathway here. Oh, I got to get more of it. It's stuck to the inside with one of my glue clamps. There we go. Come on. Okay, lights are almost out. Oh, this rear-facing camera, which I made this very primitive 3D printed. I'm not gonna. It shouldn't be called a fairing because it's not a fairing. It's a. I don't know what it is. Okay, but it's just a little triangle to keep the wind flowing over this better. But camera is fine. It's a Caddx Ant. These Caddx Ants are good cameras. I should have been more careful with the alcohol. I don't really want to get alcohol inside of that camera. Okay, so look, the wiring, that's why I use hot glue right there. You can see hot glue makes, it holds until it's not supposed to hold anymore. Put some alcohol on it or mineral spirits or whatever. And it takes the, I don't remember if I stuck this on with sticky tape or alcohol. But we're gonna, it was or glue, I mean. It was definitely glue. No, it's definitely a double sticky tape. Okay, one more thing. And that's the camera. That comes with the thing. Okay, the camera is definitely buried in there, and I don't want to get any glue on the sensor. Or, I mean, alcohol. Come on. Come on out of there. Oh, Robert, what am I don't have duct tape, but I'm trying to fix my thumb finally. There we go. Oh my God, that's actually feeding through there. What did I do? I must have, oh, they must have had a port through there. Didn't they? Yay, okay, all the electronics are out. So looks like we have everything. Let's try to clean this. Let's get a lens cleaner here and a baby wipe. Take the baby wipe. Look at all that dirt just compacted in there. Oh, and I just changed the lens focus. Shit. That's all loose. So I'll have to deal with that. Robert, you'll laugh at this. We are going to get like maybe a couple inches of snow tomorrow. Couple inches of snow. Maybe 5 inches of snow. Maybe no snow, because I predict it's going to go north of us, south of us, east of us, and west of us. But our little bubble will not get any snow. They've already closed the university. And it's not snowing yet. There's no snow yet. And the university is closed tomorrow. So this is fun. I have a day off tomorrow. I have to go in, sort of, I'm sure, because I have to check I have to check something that's been acting up. But beyond that, there's not going to be any giant snowstorm. And it's hilarious anyway. I thought you'd get a kick out of that. Oh my gosh. What happened to this antenna? Oh, this is a protective covering. Look at that, folks. These R9 antennas have a protective... Oh, let's switch. Have a protective cover that I just pulled off. I have to get back on. Let's see if I can get it back on. I'm going to change my glasses. So yeah, that's what's happening in our world here. We're going to have like no snow, but maybe some, possibly. I think this is heat shrink that they put on top of this. Am I going to be able to get it back on is the question. I just kept pulling and pulling and pulling. And I'm not getting it back on. Maybe if I put some alcohol in there, it'll act as a lubricant. No. I think it's just heat shrink though. So I'm just going to put my own heat shrink on there. See, you can see that it's at the very end, it got thinner. Just hot glue the whole thing? Oh, hot glue the thing? Hot glue the thing? Like hot glue all those pieces? Will that work? Let's do that. Shit, let's do that now. Andy, you're brilliant. Let's get the hot glue gun. I have to say, now that you're here, Andy, I'm not the biggest fan of these white glue sticks. I feel like I have misled us on that hotgluegunfactory.com place. I don't like these glue sticks as much as the AdTech super strength ones. Okay, so here's what we'll do. We'll still use E6000 for this. Let's hot glue it. You think I won't melt all the foam to bits? Oh my God, that's awesome. Let's get all the electronics out of the way. They'll all go over here. Oh, this one's stuck to the desk. Let's get all the electronics over here. Let's get the glue out of the way. That's a brilliant idea. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? What if it doesn't work? Let's try it. Let's keep this piece. Oh, I didn't finish cleaning the camera, but who cares? Anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, we're going to hot glue it. We change plans on the fly around here. That's what we do. And I've screwed up my... Okay. Foam tack we'll put in the glue drawer. Wherever the glue drawer used to be. There it is. Need to make labels. Okay, alcohol we'll put away. This motor we'll deal with later. Let's get all the fuselage bits. Let's put all the electronics over here. We might need some more of this tape. Here's this spar that broke. Oh my gosh. Do I have enough spar? Oh dear, that's going to be the part. This one I cracked, but I don't care. We'll just glue it together. We'll hot glue it. We'll hot snot it. And we don't necessarily even, we might not even put these electronics in. I could just do it a line of sight plane. I could change this into a line of sight plane. Oh, it's stuck. Put the GPS cover in there. Let's set all the good parts aside. Put them over here. Let's start with just this piece right here. Start with just this piece. We got some tape. Glue gun is heating up. Alcohol we'll put away. All right. All we have to do is just figure out where things go and smush them together. Like that. There's no wires or anything that comes up in the front here. So we're going to start with like putting some glue. Let's switch cameras. Putting some glue in here and along here. And we'll just hold that together like that. We'll just do that. We'll start right there. That's what we're going to do as soon as this is heated up. We'll see how far we can get in an hour. How much of these bits I can put together. And any bits that seem like they're not good. Okay, let's get some foam so I can scrape up. What can we do with those? We can fix those. Let's put all these screws over here. Let's put that right. Put this inside of that bag. I'm sure there's got to be some bits of foam that I'm missing from this plane. Like here's a bit right here. There's got to be some bits that I won't figure out. And those bits, I'm going to maybe use some methods that both Andy and Kevin I've seen them use to fix their smashed up, bashed up planes. Okay, so we're going to, oh man, this blade is already dull. Unbelievable. I just changed these blades. Okay, so we have a bunch of bits to swipe up glue that has gotten out of hand. We will start like I said. Just hot glue the whole thing. It's still not heated up yet. That's another thing. This glue takes a longer time to heat up. So we're going to have to do something about our hot glue situation because I can't get the AdTech super strength hot glue sticks anymore. They're not available. Let's get these things out of the way. Let's put the tools away. That one goes there. This one goes here. This is sad about this. This seems to be the missing part. Where is the other? Oh, here it is. So we can see how long the spar was. I'm just going to cut a new spar from this piece of. We have some here. I think it's almost the same size. It is. So we'll use this to make a piece from this. So that we've got covered. I need to order some more of that, even though I'm not supposed to be ordering stuff. Put the screwdrivers away. Okay. This I was going to clean the camera with, but we're not doing that right now. Alright, we've got tape. Let me get some tape bits out. Maybe that hot glue will get heated up enough that we can actually glue some stuff. Yeah, so I'm going to have to find a replacement for the AdTech glue sticks. And I'm going to try these white sticks that came from Andy in the new flight test glue gun. That's the 300-watt glue gun. The problem probably is with these glue sticks is not the glue sticks, it's the glue gun. This is like it says Pro 80, but it's really only like a 30-watt gun. What is it? It doesn't even say on the side how many watts it is. It says it's a Pro 80, which I think was advertised like to pretend like it's an 80-watt gun, but it's not 80 watts, I don't think. But the flight test gun is 300 watts. At least that's what it says on the side. So that ought to heat up better, and it's also temperature controlled. It has a little temperature control dial. So why haven't I gotten that out? I don't know. Pretty sure they test fit everything together before put it together and use tape to hold those in place. Yeah, we're going to definitely use some tape. Definitely going to test fit and tape. Test fit and tape. And I have lots of tape bits ready. And these are probably too big. Smaller. I don't know. Now they're probably too small. Okay, so where did I say I was going to start? Right here. So we're going to just squirt glue in when our glue is ready. Oh, it's flowing, but see, it's still not flowing the way it should. So we're going to have to heat it up some more. I did find another bag. I thought I was complete. I switched to these because Andy gave me a handful of them. I've got like a bunch of them. And so I switched to these because I couldn't find, I thought I was out of the AdTech ones. But then I was digging in that thing and I found one more pack of them. They go fast. I mean, I used like 2 on a plane. So one pack doesn't last that long because I only think they have 10 sticks in the pack. Anyway, okay, so give that another minute. Home Depot sells high temp glue. Is it any good? I want high temp, but I don't want it too high temp. This is like really high temp. I should look up the spec for this. So I'm the one, I sent Andy to this place, and then I told him what glue gun I was thinking of buying, and he bought one, and it's gigantic. I mean, it's the size of a space laser. I don't know. When I saw it, I was like, oh my God, it's huge. And I felt so bad because I put him onto that. Okay, can we do it? Are you heated up enough? Yeah, that's good. It's also, this glue is a little bit more stringy than the other glue. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to switch glasses. I'm going to have to take a little potty break too. Okay, I'm going to go right. I don't want to melt the foam too much with the stupid glue tip. Put some in there. Now I'm going to hold it together, and then I've got to get this to get all this stuff out of here. One. The good thing about this glue is it's so hot and it does retain its heat. So you do have some setup time. I need to make some thinner pieces. Okay, so I'm just going to hold this together like that. Oh, look, it's not lined up. I'm going to try to get it lined up. And hold it together and just hold it together. Oh, some more squeezed out. So let me get some more in there. I don't want any squeezing out and hardening because then the wing won't fit in here. Right? Okay, so there's our very first. I wonder how far this will be all wonky. We're gonna make it work. It's a little bit off there, right there where that crack is, but that's okay. But it looks like it's gonna be pretty good. So we're gonna hold it another. I actually want to put just a little bit more, right? Just a drop. And then smush it in there. There we go. That filled up that little gap. Okay. Now, the next part is where this spar goes through. It's all right there. So this part, I think what we need to do is a full, like, glue in here, in here, in here, along here, and then down inside of that crack. And then across here, this whole business. That's going to be fun. And then, so I'm going to put a piece of tape on this one. One of these pieces of tape here. Even though the glue, I'm sure, is set up by now. But okay. It's not even really holding it. Okay. Maybe we should do this part first. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this big crack here first because it's kind of structural to the whole bottom. So let's see here how we're going to do this. I'm going to tape these wires to the side so that they don't keep getting in my stupid way. So we'll tape these over here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to open this up. And then I'm just going to start squirting into there, into there, into here. And then all along this part. And then squeeze it together. Get all this extra stuff off. And look at the bottom of it. Oh, that's rough. That's looking a little rough. We're going to hold it all together. Just going to hold it. I don't even want to let go to try to put tape on it. I can always try to sand some of these little bumps of glue that are on the bottom maybe. It's kind of rough down there. It's hard to tell though, right? Yeah, there you can tell. And on the inside, I've got some bumps of glue. Let's see if I can smooth this out. So, not too bad. Okay, we're making progress. Go with that. Now I'll put some tape on there to remind me, maybe at least to remind me that I've glued it. Okay. Next, we're going to put this part here that going to take a lot of glue. Okay, so let's take a look. We're going to keep these wires taped to the side because that keeps them out of the way. And if I could only get them to go out of the way of that. So I need to start where I have the most room, which is back here, under here. Then shoot some right there, then in here. Then in there. Maybe I need to hold this apart to see if I can get some dribbling down inside of there. and then some dribbling down inside of there, and then some inside of here. Okay, now we're going to go over to this way, and then over in here, and then under here. And now I'm going to smash the whole thing together, like that. Oh shit, that's not so easy. Definitely not so easy. Ouch. Okay, we're just going to try to hold all that like that. There's definitely some. I'm going to hold it and push down this way too. There we go. I might have bit off more than I could chew with that one. I think I should have done that in 2 steps. I should have definitely done that in 2 steps. Home Depot hot glue is all you use, huh? Well, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try this glue and the new glue gun, because that's gonna be, I'm sure, a winning combination. This high-end glue that Andy got, plus the, okay, there, that glue is still hot right there. Okay. Next, how do these two fit together? Let's take this one. Oh, there's a bit of trash in there. Let's take this wire and do the same thing I did with the other wire. Take this, take a piece of tape, and tape it to the top here, so it stays the heck out of my way. Oh, I screwed up that tape. All right. How do these fit together? I should have thought about that a little bit before I got too far. This I have to move over this way. Okay. They go. Oh my gosh. You can see. This is the part in the front I gotta figure out. Oh, that wood came out of that slot there. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that back. Uh-huh. That's how it goes, right? Oh my gosh. Talking about biting off more than I can chew. This is a big... Okay, so what do we have? We have this part that I could do after. So I can do this crack first. So we have to get it in, start the glue up here and go down along there and do that crack, and then that's it. Okay, so we're gonna do the glue in there and along here and down this and all the way there. Okay. And we're going to just jam that together. And we mostly got it. I'm going to take this part up here. This is where some of this tape is going to start coming in. Now I'm going to smush this together back here. Ow! Hot glue. Hot glue is hot. And we're going to take tape and tape it there. Hot glue. Ouch. Ow. Oh my God. That is hilarious. There's strings everywhere, but it's holding. Oh my God. Okay. I'm not even worried so much about like this frontal area and stuff. Some of this, like I could 3D print something that goes in there. Okay, so now let's get obvious choices to figure out what's going on back here. So that's obviously this. Let's see how this fits in. Oh, this is going to go underneath. It's chamfered, like, oh my gosh. Okay. So there. It'll fit in. And then I need to get some more tape ready. And then we'll... This is hilarious. I can't believe I'm doing this. Just smashing it together, like what the hell? We'll just cram it together. Okay, so what we need to do is get some more tape ready. I might need to go to the little boy's room. Are you guys just like, if you're out there, it says some people are out there. Are you guys just laughing your asses off at me? That's okay if you are. I am. Okay. I'm going to glue this piece in, and then I'm going to run upstairs and go to the boys' room. Okay, so did you see how I did that? I need to see how I did that. I kind of tilted it in. I kind of got it tilted in. So how should I glue it is the question now. It's got to be tilted in. I'm going to definitely burn the hell out of my fingers. So I'll put the glue on the fuselage, on the bigger part. Here we go. Oh, I didn't do the tape. Tape. Get some tape pieces ready. In fact, I should maybe pre-position some tape pieces on here so I can just fold them over. Okay, let's have 4 pieces of tape ready, plus a couple extras. This glue is actually really good for this purpose, so anything I said to diss it is wrong. I mean, the glue is going to be the strongest part of this. And you can just feel how hard it is along the joints there. That's cool. Okay. All right, let's peel a little bit of this away in case it interferes. Oh, shit. Okay. All right, little bits of tape we've got. All right, here we go. Practice this one more time. Okay, it should be good. I'm not going to pre-position. Well, let me see. No. All right, I'll pre-position a few pieces of tape like that. Since they curl up, I can just smoosh them over. All right, here we go. Here we go. Put some along there, and then skip to over here, and then all up in this business here. All right, and then we swing it in, and then let's just kind of pre-position it and get it. Oh shit. Okay, here's where I gotta burn my hands and try to tape it. I'm gonna tape, 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 tape. Ow. Let's get it across there. Okay, and then on this side, we've got time to set up because this glue is so hot. I've got time to get it straightened and get rid of some of these things. Let's get that lined up. Oh, there's a whole bunch of... Okay, that's not too bad. Could have been a little better right there. We can just always reinforce it later. Okay, now we gotta find that little bit. Hello. Let's find that piece. Now it's turning into a puzzle. So we'll dump all this out. We'll see how many bits I'm missing. Okay, this bit might be this bit. I should have maybe fit that in first. No, I don't know if that's that bit. Oh, it has to be that bit. That's the only piece that's that shape. Okay, so how does this fit in? I probably should have figured that out first. Oh, it fits in just like that. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to put some glue around here. And then I'm just going to smash it in. Ow! Woohoo! Ah ha ha! That hurts. Oh, it went all the way through. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Oh, we got it. Okay, hold on. We're going to get it. Just don't... Oh, shit. It won't not go through. There. Come on. Ah, crap. I'm just so afraid to burn my hand. Okay, there. That sucked. That sucked. It's still super hot. So maybe it'll set up. That is really rough. I screwed that one up so bad. Burnt my hand. Oh my God, there's glue globs everywhere. Okay, that's okay though. It's good enough. So now we need to get this glued together. Okay, we'll do that. That'll help the structure. So we're going to put some glue. Oh, if I can reach in there. And then some there. And then some right here. Okay. All right. Ow. Ow. Hoo hoo hoo. Oh my God, that's hot. Oh, that's good though. I have so many burns on my hands. I've got a burn here. My finger, 3 fingers tips are burnt. I am just killing myself here. All right. We're making progress though. Okay, I'm going to move this so I can get this part all taped together there, or glued together. There's a part that I kind of screwed up on, but we'll push it together as far as we can. How does it seem? Does it seem like it seems pretty good. It doesn't seem too out of square, out of whack. There are glue globs everywhere. Robert's still here. Glad you're still here, Robert. I hope all is well with all your projects and stuff. Okay, here's the piece that goes, no, that's not the piece that goes there. This is the piece that goes here somehow. Oh, no. No. Okay, let's check this out. This is the piece that goes here. That piece goes there. Oh, and it fits in beautifully. Oh my God, I almost don't even have to glue it. Okay, so we'll glue the piece this time. Put some down here and put some here. Okay, here we go. Get it in there without burning the crap out of myself. Okay, let's use foam board this time. Let's get it. Ouch! Whoa! Get it lined up right. That must sound hilarious, the sounds I'm making in the microphone. I am so sorry, everybody. There we go. It's coming together. I may not have fingers left by the end of it, but it's coming together. Okay, how many bits do we have? We have this front bit. This thing goes like that. So what we have to do here is do some cleanup. There is still some dirt inside of here. So it's time to, oh my God, my hands. Ouch. Oh, Robert, I was saying, I've got this Band-Aid on my thumb because I'm trying to fix my thumb based on your medical advice. Okay, did I stick that piece in there? Yes. But it's not glued, so I have to separate it again. Okay, let's clean up this mess a little bit here. Oh my God, everything is glued to everything. That is done for. These are still working. My fingers are covered with glue. Ouch. Ouch. Wednesday workshop, folks. So I'm going to have to investigate, back to what Andy said, if he's still here, Crosswind Jones. Where do I go to find out about this FAA free flight tests business and what's going on there? Should I listen to the, is it a flight test, was it one of their podcasts, which are, oh my God, hard to listen to sometimes. Because he goes off on his... I mean, one time they were talking about their damn thoughts on marriage and stuff. And I'm like, dudes, come on, man. Using all these weird religious terms and stuff, purity and stuff. I don't want to hear all this crap when I'm wanting to talk about airplanes. Anyway. Okay, got it cleaned up a little bit. Oh my God, my fingers, my hands. Let's get this piece back out. Here, we can even do a close-up here. Get this piece back out. And what I want to do is clean up. I should probably glue this plywood first, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to get a baby wipe. I know, it's crazy. I'm going to put a baby wipe in between here. See all that dirt? Oh, don't do it over the plane. I want to get the dirt out of here as much as possible. We don't need to glue in extra dirt. So this little plywood bit, I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm just going to put some hot glue right there and smush it together. That little bit, oh, look at that. We have to be very careful. That's about to come off. There's still dirt on this plywood that I want to get off. All right. Let's get some glue in there and smush that together. Where did I put the glue gun? And we'll smush that together, and then we'll take out all the extra. Maybe I should try to paint some on there and glue that together. Just a little bit. So we're just going to hold this like this. I'm going to take a little bit more of that extra glue out of there. Oh my gosh, I'm not even holding it under the camera. Okay, let's switch back to this camera. There was a broken camera at work that I was going to bring home and see if I could fix and hang up there, but I didn't do it, and it's gone. It got thrown away. Somebody else in another department threw it away. Okay, so we're going to just glue this in. Then I'll glue the bottom part. So I'm just going to go, I'm going to glue the part. I'm going to glue the part. I'm going to glue on the bottom here and in here. And just go right in here. And then, oh, I forgot this part. And get some glue in there. Okay. Now we screw it all together. Push it all together. Make sure we don't have too much glue in this part right there. And then, oh, that is all misaligned. Oh, and there's that little piece, is the very front piece. Ow. Okay, then we can do this parts. Okay, look at that. It's coming together, folks. The front needs a little help, but it's a little bit not exactly right, but we'll just reinforce it with some glue up here and in here. In fact, we're going to do that next. So, in order to fix this little tiny piece, I'm just going to put a little drop of glue right there and then smush it together. And then I'm also going to put some reinforcing glue in that gap. And then take this and just smooth it out. And I'm just going to hold it for a minute. Very boring. Flight test video. Thank you, Robert, the very resourceful Robert. Damn. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, I'm also going to put some reinforcing right in there where this gap happened. Okay. Then I'm going to have to make some more foam bits. Oh my gosh, there's so many strings hanging off of this thing. Okay, next, I got to figure out what parts are still, there's a part missing here. That must be this part or this part. There's only two parts missing, and I have two bits. This bit, okay, if I can look at, it must go, oh, it goes crammed in there. And then there's still, look at that. That's the part, that's going to be my one missing piece right there. And it probably got put in the bag and then we probably even picked up that little bit when we were at the field. Okay. Oh my God, I have so many glue things hanging off of me. Ah. All right, this piece goes in like so. How am I going to get it in without burning my hands? First of all, there's all this extra glue in here. So I'm going to have to cut from my previous glue. I should have glued this piece on first. That's a lesson to be learned. Maybe glue some of the little bits together first. That way you don't have to worry about them not fitting later when you have extra glue coming out of the bigger joints. Okay. So now what I can do is just smush it in there a little bit like that. Needs to come out. A little bit more of this glue needs to come. Now, why don't I just take some off of... Now, why don't I just smash it in there? A little bit of glue. And just smash it in there. There. Ow! Ow! Okay. Where is this? Let me get that. This is a good idea to use baby wipe to help me push it down. That'll cool it off. This little bit I can just tape. Oh my God. One more piece. One more piece. Let's figure out how this goes in here. I think I'm going to have to move these. Move these to go inside of here. This is going to, ouch. This is going to go right in there like that. Okay, let's open this door. I might have glued this door shut. There we go. This is hilarious. Okay, we're going to tape down the door. Okay, we're going to put in this... Oh, the tape failed. Shit. It wasn't long enough. Come on. Come on, tape. There. I'm just trying to hold the door open. All right. Now, this piece is the last piece, and then we're going to do structural gluing only. So, this piece, I think we'll glue... How am I going to hold it and stick it in there? Let's put the glue here then. Ah! Let's put the glue here. We'll put it a little bit of glue along here, and then the glue in here, and then in it goes. Let's get it joined together properly. Come on. There's something in the way there. Oh, it's a piece of tape. All right, that's pretty good. We're going to hold this here for a minute. As Josh Bixler would say, and just hold it here for a minute. And then he makes a nice smile at the camera. I can't do that. I'm like, oh, God damn it. I'm burning my fingers. Ah! Okay, so there's going to be a bit missing right here and a bit missing back here. Just a couple bits of foam missing. That is amazing. Okay, now we got to get this part glued in. Okay, and we got gotta smush out all that glue. Okay. Oh my God, how did I manage to burn myself on that one? Unbelievable. I have so many burns. I think it's because I haven't had dinner. So we're going to see how the canopy bits fit after this has all been glued together. If we have to, we'll just trim up some pieces here and there to make things fit. Okay, look at that. We did it. That was our Wednesday workshop. We glued this together. Let's see how the canopies fit. We have both canopies perfectly intact. I didn't finish gluing the front, but let's just test it. Oh my gosh, it's way off. No, it isn't. It's just these wires that are stopping it. Let's put those inside. Let's see how it fits. Look at that. There's the front canopy and the rear canopy. Oh my goodness, look at that. Woohoo! We have an AR Wing Pro fuselage. Look at that. We do have the other door. Here it is, getting burnt by the hot glue gun. That I think I'm going to glue in with E6000. I'm going to glue this in with E6000. If this needs to be glued in with E6000, I'll do that one. I may add a magnet latch to that, but if I glue it in right, it'll latch up just fine. This one I may have to add a magnet latch to, because it's not going to close right anymore. Look at that. I didn't even take a potty break. So I think we're going to be able to save this here plane. Definitely. I may do something to reinforce this. We may put some clear packing tape on it or something. I don't know. I'm going to wait for suggestions from all you guys, Robert and Crosswind Jones, Kevin B, and you've set a new bar for time. Hey, thank you, Robert. I did something. I accomplished something. I just kept going, didn't I? I didn't stop and go on a tangent. Very many tangents anyway. Okay, so I think for the next live stream, we'll continue on this project. I will have decided whether I'm going to take this big glop of electronics here and put it back in the plane, or if I'm going to just make this a line of sight cruiser and put a I noticed when I went to build the simple stick that I have like 3 or 4 RXSR receivers. So I might just go with a little line of sight plane for this. Or we might put all the electronics back in and update iNav and do all the things. We'll see. I'll let you guys vote on that. Let's make sure the wings fit too. Let's make sure the wings fit back on. That's kind of important. Now we don't have the spar in, but let's just see if it fits in with the hardware and the interlock between the wiring. Oh yeah, look at that. That one fits. And oh yes. So there we are. We will have an AR Wing Pro resurrected from certain death. I have seen so many people. I am going to go off on a tangent now that it's 10:59. We have 1 minute left. I have seen so many videos in my time as watching RC YouTube videos where they get a plane like, they crash a plane like that and they throw it away. People throw this away. Why? The landfills are filled with our trash, people. Let's try to fix stuff. That's my rant for the day. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. So I just want to say, like, you know, I appreciate everybody watching. Robert, I've got my thumb in healing mode. I'll let you know how that goes. I hope all is well up there in the northern latitudes. FPV only, I did that with my other one, and I have 2 of those. Oh, FPV only. Maybe I should put it back to, I mean, it basically was FPV only. All my INAV planes, I usually don't fly them line of sight for some reason. In fact, I sort of have a fear of flying them line of sight. It's kind of weird. Okay. Robert, thank you for joining me, and everyone else who's out there. Andy and anybody else who was watching. There was a couple. We got up to 6 viewers at one point. Amazing. Holy crap. Maybe one day I'll market this. But I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you later. Thanks, Robert, for watching. You take care too. Good night.